So this is a quick video on the Eonfit functional trainer. Bought it off of Amazon. They were sold out for a long time, and then I finally found it on sale. I think they go for about 500, maybe 400. It was on sale when I bought it, and I think it was 400. But I modified it with the weight stack. So we had a lat pull down machine, low row machine, but that's all it did, and it was pretty short. It was probably like, I don't know, 10 inches shorter than this. And we wanted something that we could do cable crossovers, just to get a lot more out of it. Some people from Facebook were asking how I modified it, but I did some welding on it. So these, the uprights for it are 1 inch. For the Eonfit, it came with 1/2 inch uprights, and they were hollow. These are 1 inch solid uprights. So 1 inch stock. What I had to do is, I had some pipe fittings. I think this is for a 1 inch connector, and it's wide enough for this to fit in there. The Eonfit is 8 inches apart, 1/2 inch pipe. I had to weld 5 inches apart for this particular weight stack. So 5 inches apart with a 1 inch pipe, and I had to extend it because these uprights weren't as long as the Eonfit uprights. So I made this 4 inches so that it would fit properly. And I just used a 1 inch pipe here and then extended it with this. And then inside here, there's some plastic collars, so that it kind of keeps it from wiggling around in there. So I just welded it about 5 inches apart. There was a lot of play in here, so I had enough room to kind of get these in there pretty easy. And on the bottom, the plate down there was 8 inches apart also for the holes. And all I did was took a hole saw and drilled a hole, from center 2.5 this way, 2.5 that way for 5 inches apart. And it already had the center hole for the guide rod to go down. So that worked out good. And then for this part, I ended up having to weld. This guide rod was about 5 inches up. I cut it, and I welded this fitting on there to screw down this pulley. Kind of just put it flush. I took a marker and marked it, cut it, welded that, and was able to screw this down. And then some people asked if I had to get a new pulley or a new cable for the pulleys, and I didn't have to. Luckily, it worked out pretty easy. This bottom pulley, for whenever you pull down on this, that kind of snugs it up right here. Usually they give you a chain whenever you buy one of these functional trainers to kind of give you some play. That way you can make this snug. I just got rid of the chain, and then I moved this up right here. So now it's tight enough where everything fits properly. And I like this Eonfit because it's got the 2-to-1 ratio, so that it has this full extension. But then you can get that adapter, and tie them together and get the 1-to-1 ratio when you're doing lat pull downs or seated rows. And it's pretty heavy that I don't think we're gonna tip it over. But what's cool about this is that it has these collars so that whenever you know, if you have a 2-inch plates that you want to weigh it down with, you can use this adapter. But what I would just do is I had these laying around and just use the 1-inch weights. People are always selling those on Facebook anyway, because they buy them, you know, those cheap sets, and they end up selling them, you know, from Walmart or Academy. And so I would just take this off and buy just a bunch of 5-pounders and just put them on there. You know, they won't look bad, and it'll weigh it down. And then also for the weight stack, I flipped these 3 around. So I don't think we're ever gonna pull this full weight stack, but that way we can get the pin in there from the backside. But it's pretty easy to get the pin in here. It works just fine. There's enough slack here that it's no big deal. Then it comes with a leg roller attachment. You just put your pin through it. But I like it so far. I haven't even been able to use it because I just had surgery, so. But whenever I'm ready, it's ready to go. Now, maybe later I'll put some aluminum pulleys, but for now I just put some silicone spray on everything, and it's moving pretty smoothly now. Yeah, there it is. I'm taking a video too because somebody was asking on Facebook how I was able to do it. Just whatever weight stack you buy, just measure. You may have to do some welding. Or if you prefer, just buy the uprights fully extended to where it'll fit up in here. Then you can just put a little collar. Yeah, there it is.